Blessed morning, ABR family and viewers. Welcome back to another live video. It's your girl, Anisabel Rose. As you come on the live, please to like and share out this one. We have a whole lot of stuff to unpack. And so I want to get the ball rolling. I have some errands to run. And I definitely want to get the ball rolling right now. And we are doubling down on, the lies and propaganda from this current administration. We want to highlight some of the lies and the false promises that he promised the Jamaican people from even as far back in 2015 when he was campaigning for the general election. And also I have my first interview this morning. First ever interview with no other than the Nikisha Burchell, the People's National Party's candidate for South St. James. And I hope that everyone is hearing me loud and clear. Drop a comment in the live chat and let me know if you're hearing me loud and clear. I will be having Nikisha Burchell on at around 9 a.m. or a little after. I know that their schedules are busy, but I just want to shout out our uncle for setting up this interview. I truly wanted this interview to have been a face-to-face video interview, but I was not able to sort out my device, and so it has to be an audio, interview. But let me take the time out to big up all the ABR members of the ABR membership, big up all the moderators of the ABR News TV channel, and all my viewers in general. JOK Cooking, big up yourselves. Simon Plummer, Dave Wedderburn, Mark, big up on yourself. Everybody who's coming on the live, please to like and share out this live. And so we'll get the ball rolling without further ado, because we have to keep driving home the points, the plans of the People's National Party. And now that the election dates have been called, we have been calling for it. We see that this man, went down to the wire, so to speak. So as a gensec of the People's National Party, Dayton Campbell could have basically predicted the date accurately to the T. Right? And so, right now, word on the street, they're calling Dayton Campbell a prophet. Them say Dayton a prophet. Dayton called the date accurately the night before they were set to have their meeting in halfway through. Can you imagine? So, I'm going to run back that tape there right there, so when you can hear it again. What a thingy the People's National Party called the election. My God.
So last week, they tell them, say, if they don't call it, we are going to call it. If they don't call it, we are going to call it. The people are going to call it. So Mr. Prime Minister, take it back tomorrow night. Tell the people of the country that nomination day is August 18 and election day is September 3. Call the election so that Mark Collins can become Prime Minister.
I now declare that nomination day will be Monday, August 18th. And the general election date is fixed at Wednesday,
Yes, so nomination day, August 18, election day, September the 3rd, 2025. And it seems to me that they have a thing going on with September the 3rd. Remember back in 2007, that was the exact date that they called the election and they were victorious. Come back again, fast forward. He called it in 2020, right? Even though he stated that election was not on his mind. He used the media to tell the people how bad the COVID was and that they should stay home. And boop, him call the election right in the height of the pandemic. And him come back again, so and it seems that he has a love for the date September 3rd. And he felt or he feels like this going to be third time the charm for him. But with so many clouds hanging over his head, I don't know how can he still has the mind to come and want to run again in our general election. Being under investigation for illicit enrichment, still not certified as a leader of the country, right? Many other departments, many other professions, you would have to be certified in order to practice, in order to lead. But he wants to continue in our parliament. He wants to continue to govern our country, pleading and begging the people for a third term. But yet still, he is uncertified, still under illicit probe, amongst many others a part of his cabinet. Big up yourself, I speak my mind. Big blessings to you, Miss Winnie. Thanks for the continued support from each and every one. And so the People's National Party have reacted to the news of him calling this general election, right? They have been basically summoning him to call the general election. And the man brought it down to the wire. And so I'm about to play another recording here with the reaction of the leader of the People's National Party, Mark Jefferson Golding, and the big bad Gen Sec himself, no other than Dayton Campbell.
Firstly, quickly, what is your reaction? How are you reading this thing? Is it a strategy from the Prime Minister, or is this a man who was cornered and really had very few options?
Well, I think he had to call it now because he painted himself into a corner. So much so that the General Secretary was able to accurately say last night that nomination day would be on the 18th and the election would be on the 3rd of September. That's unprecedented, where an opposition General Secretary is able to say accurately what the date would be. And it's because he had no options really. And had he been in a position to confidently move forward into an election, he would have called it long ago. But we are ready, we are prepared, we have done the work, our party is united and strong. We've used the last few months to further refine our message of hope for the Jamaican people. The policies and programs that we are putting forward are relevant and tackle some of the deep-seated issues that face this nation and we have to confront and get over if we are to take Jamaica to the next level. So we're very pleased that finally the election is coming and we know the date and we're ready to roll. Our party is united, well organized. We've done a lot of work strengthening the organization of the party. I've been on the road all over the country. The people have taken very well to me and I'm looking forward to running through the tape and forming the next government so we can get the work of the people going. And that is what's going to happen.
The Prime Minister used a portion of his address this evening to the Jamaican people to go through some of his plans. You told us that you're going to put out your party's manifesto about Tuesday this week, but just give us the biggest one you can find from the manifesto coming up that you want to put to the Jamaican people this evening. One big thing over that is a plan or promise from the People's National Party.
No, I'm not going to be going into that. You'll hear what we have to say in our manifesto on Tuesday when we launch it. And you know, it covers a lot of different grounds, some major items and other items of importance as well. And we've been, for the last several months, developing some of the key points that we want to get across, coming out of the budget debate actually. Issues around housing, issues around land, issues around education and tackling some of the real challenges that the people are facing when it comes to those things. The health sector, we have some strong policies for, and of course, governance and the whole question of having a government in which the people can have trust and confidence. We are going into an election with a Prime Minister whose statutory declarations for the Integrity Commission are not certified, who's under investigation for the crime of illicit enrichment. That is unprecedented, unheard of in any democracy around the world, and Jamaican people must judge that when they when they come to make their decision as to who they think can take this country forward.
Some see as a Prime Minister cornered in terms of options or what?
He didn't have much options left. I mean, we pretty much told him yesterday that nomination day would be on the 18th and of August and election day on the 3rd of September. It's probably the first time in the history of the country that the opposition has actually called the election. He was just out of time. The Prime Minister knows that he's afraid to approach the people, and so he waited because he couldn't find a window. We have prepared ourselves and we are ready. The leaders here has gone out there and done the work, and we are just excited to get on the ground, and over the next couple of weeks we'll do what we need to do to ensure that when we come back here there will be a much larger crowd and we'll be celebrating.
I'm going to bring in the party president and now but let me ask you in about 30 seconds. The People's National Party, they've had some momentum coming out of the local government elections, but that is sort of like a stamina run. It's a marathon part of this campaign. In another 2 or 3 weeks, it's a sprint. What are you going to do to ensure that you don't pull up and fall before the finish line?
Well, any athlete will tell you that proper training will prevent that. We have done the preparatory work and we have gone out there. The level of organization in the party now is at an extent that it hasn't been in a long time. We the canvassing, the workers, the training and all of those things. We've just been waiting on this moment. We've already done all our schedule to lead up to the 3rd. The constituencies have been notified for this week when the leader is coming. We know when we're launching our manifesto. All of that has been done. There is absolutely no surprise in this course. The only thing that was thrown off was our meeting, which we'll have on Saturday night. So we are fully ready and equipped to go, and we will deliver a victory for the people of Jamaica.
So the People's National Party has been ready, fully equipped, fully ready. They will launch their manifesto this evening at around 7 p.m. Jamaica time. So on the lookout for that. I will be going live with that as well, because we keep hearing them spinning and talking this notion that the People's National Party has no plans. With all the meetings and the campaigns and the rallies that the People's National Party has had, and even from the whole budget debate, rolling out plans after plans after plans, and yet still they want to, try and come with trickery to trick the younger folks to say that the People's National Party has no plans. But plans are there for housing. Plans are there for micro small business enterprises. Plans are there for the disabled community. Plans are there for the young people. Plans are there for public sector workers. Plans are there for those who are self-employed, not generating in order to get like a pay stub or things of that sort. And so plans are definitely there. Big up yourself, Derval. Big up to everybody who's just coming on the live. Mr. Wilbert, Cameron, big up yourself, Linton. Right? And so we want to continue pushing the message of the People's National Party. We want to continue, big up yourself, Patricia Hall, to enlighten even the younger folks. And I'm imploring, we're on a collect your voters ID drive right now. So please go out, for those who are still outstanding their voters ID. Please to go and collect it. So when you go to vote, as long as you're eligible to vote, you won't have any hassle, no long drawn out, hours per hours thing. We want you all to go out early to vote. That is what the People's National Party are about. You want to be able to can call it early. Big up yourself, Dwight. Licia, big up. Right? So you have to go out and collect on the IDs. Encourage on the neighbors. Encourage on the friends. Encourage each and every one to go out and to collect their voters' ID. Stay tuned, as I said, this evening will be the launch, the release of the People's National Party manifesto. And so we're looking forward for that. I want to play a footage here with the Prime Minister out there in Half a Tree. At one point we see him in a Half a Tree, a rundown cars, handing out booklets, disrespecting our country by not spelling the word Jamaica correctly. And so they have strayed away from choosing Jamaica, the jingle. They're saying now to choose the Jamaica Labour Party. And I believe that one work should speak for itself. Instead of going out and putting out, you are the incumbent. Instead of going out and putting out a booklet, the people must can say, well, I seen the government done this, I seen the government done that. Right? The incumbent should not be running on any promises. Leave that to the opposition, for those who want to come in to the leadership, to be putting out their plans and putting out their promises and know that they have the right footing to back up their promises and their plans that they have for the Jamaican people, not the incumbent. And if the people, even the very same Jamaica Labour Party supporters, some of them can't even tell you what this government has done. I've even seen them putting out in their booklet that they have strengthened the Integrity Commission, the very same Integrity Commission that this Prime Minister has taken to the courts, wanting to strike out the law of illicit enrichment. And so I want you to listen to this, because instead of running on their achievements and their plans that they say they have, it's always about them going back to this FinSac and who got rich from FinSac and this and that and the third. Right? They keep going back to the 90s meltdown, even though records are there to say that the IMF have taken the blame for the high interest rates. They still want to use the FinSac to win over the electorates and to trick the young people. But I keep saying, why don't those who believe what they are saying don't ask for the full FinSac report? Millions of our taxpaying dollars are paid for that report, only for them to give us a half-ass report. A report with a lot of information redacted. We're still calling for the beneficiaries list as well as it pertains to FinSac. FinSac was the solution. For the people who are misconstrued the thing, FinSac was not the problem. FinSac was the solution. And even though it costs the Jamaican taxpayers, right? Those who invested got back their money. Records are there to show. He refused to speak on the SSL matter. Regulation, the FSC was put in place under People's National Party administration to prevent what happened in the 90s with the whole financial meltdown from taking place again. But under their administration, the biggest fraud in history of Jamaica, SSL, took place. Over 200 and odd investors lost their money, and he's silent on that. But I want you to hear, no one hear nothing from him, but we want to hear so we can debunk the things them.
The PNP have spread a notion that the economy is by the big deception that has ever happened to our. That is the greatest deception that has ever happened to our people. And you know why? The people who say that are the people who have benefited most from the economy of this country. In the 1990s, the PNP ran the economy in such a way that they increased interest rates. I want everybody to listen to this. They increased the interest rate high. And then they borrowed. Who were the people that lent them money? They are in Parliament today. They benefited. They built a business on the high interest rate policy of the PNP.
So what is wrong? My question here, after hearing that short part of what he stated, what is so wrong in doing business with the government if you're doing the business with the government legitimately? What is wrong with doing business with the government if you're doing business with the government legitimately? At the end of the day, every single year, Mark Jefferson Golding's statutory declaration is certified by the Integrity Commission that you are taking to the courts, or that you have taken to the courts.
They made their money. Those tapanarists made their money on the backs of people like you, because it is the taxes that you paid that pay the high interest rate to those people.
So where did you make your money from? If somebody is running a business and the government wants to do business with that person legitimately, what is so wrong with that? Mark Golding is a prominent businessman, a prominent lawyer. We know how he got his money. What is so wrong with you letting the Integrity Commission know of your financial schedule, your expenses? How did you get so wealthy? I wouldn't even call him rich. How did you get so wealthy? Why is it so hard for you to provide the information to the Integrity Commission, the full information? Why, if you have not done anything, why is it so hard for the Integrity Commission to certify your statutory declaration over 4 years now? And you want to talk about a man that is certified year after year after year. He is certified. He has proven himself to the Jamaican people. What have you proven to the Jamaican people?
Poor people don't have money to lend to the government. It is those people who had the investment houses that benefited, and then now they want to come and pretend as if they never benefited from government. They benefited from the bad economic policies which affected you. It was so bad that a member of their own party, a member of their own cabinet, a man of the cloth, a man who was a churchman, he had to comment, his conscience was pricking him. And he said this policy of the high interest rate was the greatest transfer of wealth from you, the poor people, to them. The man who claimed that he was a tapanarist, he was the one who benefited. No poor person in Jamaica should ever allow that man to touch the economy, because he...
It was the greatest transfer of wealth because, unfortunately, the taxpayers' money had to, create this whole FinSac solution to return money to the investors. But it doesn't mean that Mark Golding was a beneficiary or he benefited from the FinSac solution, so to speak. But at least there was a member of the People's National Party who maybe he believed at the time that the taxpayers shouldn't be the ones who had to foot the bill in order to return money to the investors. Right? All those who basically robbed up in order to cause that meltdown in the 90s. Feed them assets and all of their stuff should have been seized in order to pay back the investors. So he wasn't wrong in saying it was the greatest transfer of wealth from the poor to the rich, because the rich man will rob up the money them. Their assets, those who were made to run financial institutions and rob up the people, them investment and all of that, should have been the ones where their assets seized to pay back the investors instead of the taxpaying dollars, being used to create the whole FinSac to pay. So, nothing wrong with that. But there's nobody in your cabinet or around you can say to you, say it no look good for you, or carry the Integrity Commission to the courts. It don't look good for you want to compel the Integrity Commission to certify your statutory declaration, knowing that, according to the 108 pages of the affidavit, a whole heap of information outstanding from your statutory declaration to the Integrity Commission, and none of who surround you don't see nothing wrong with that. And you want to come tell we say, no poor people not for trust Mark Golding even though he is certified year after year after year? Why should we trust you? Why should we trust you when you're under probe for illicit enrichment, taking our Integrity Commission to the court and want illicit enrichment to be struck out from the law? What can go so? You vowed when you were in opposition to strengthen the anti-corruption body. You vowed. But what wanna come round and do? Trying to water it down, trying to dismantle it, trying to tweak it in order to save on yourself and to save on your skin. You cannot tell us anything about a man who is certified. Are you near Mr. Uncertified, aka Mr. Craveney? What are you even speaking about? What are you even talking about? Nobody in your circle can tell you say it no look good for you want to put yourself in this general election. You don't want to recuse yourself even though you're under investigation for illicit enrichment. In which other democracy could you have present yourself to the people and still going forward to take part, being on a ballot to go in a general election with so many clouds hanging over your head? I've seen other leaders recruit themselves. They're under investigation for even less than what you are under investigation for. And they found the moral integrity. You know, the integrity about you because you still a show we say you be a face and you want to stand up in front of we and tell we say you don't do nothing. Then if you don't do anything, present the information. Present the information. Nothing is hard in that. You could have silenced the Integrity Commission. You could have silenced all the critics. But you didn't do that. You constantly taking our Integrity Commission to the courts. And of recently again, you filed through your lawyers another strikeout wanting many paragraphs out of the 108 pages of affidavit to be struck out because they are scandalous. What can go so?
This friend will go back to the high interest rate policies so that they can benefit from it and continue where they left off of transferring wealth from you to their coffers. Whatever little I made in life, I made it just like you.
Whatever little he made in life. And a little you make? A whole heap you make? Whole heap.
2 taxi, Then I open a taxi company. And I go through the struggles just like everybody else. I want to thank those who thought that by releasing documents that they would somehow diminish me. I am a true Jamaican.
You diminish yourself. When you take the Integrity Commission to the court, you diminish yourself. All of your actions, you diminish yourself. But those who want to diminish you.
I went through the Jamaican struggles, and
I know you're alone a Jamaican. All of us are Jamaicans. From we born upon the Jamaican soil, we are Jamaicans. Mark Jefferson Golden is a Jamaican as well.
I never made any money on the backs of the Jamaican people.
So prove it. Prove it to the Integrity Commission. Prove it to the Anti-Corruption Watchdog. So that you can be certified. Prove it.
Never made any money off of government. When it was proposed to increase my salary, they go around and tell lie. Man in a bar and say, oh, me make $28 million. I said, really? You never realize that I didn't take any salary increase. My salary today is about $9 million. That's what average salary. The other man who claimed him a tapanaris, who claimed him don't need no money from government, him take it. And you don't know what to do with it. But I never take it. Who is truly for Jamaica?
The one who is certified is truly for Jamaica. The one who is not under investigation for illicit enrichment is truly for Jamaica. The one who endorse or put together a whole heap of law reform. Your organization, your government try to repeal and tear down a whole lot of our laws just for suit on themselves. So we are going with Mr. Certified over Mr. Uncertified. Blessed morning, my caller, even though it's not calling time yet. You're live.
I'm a little bit hungry with this criminal prime minister. You know? This guy is senseless. This guy is useless. This guy is a criminal. If you didn't want the raise, why you take the raise in the first place? You don't take no salary increase. Show me your documents that you're not taking the money.
Mm-hmm.
Show us the documents that you're not taking the money. Then why you take the salary increase?
Mm-hmm.
Why do you take the salary increase, Mr. Prime Minister? Why do you pressure the poor people to pay more taxes to certify your benefits and your 49 members? I think this guy is losing it.
Big time.
Man, because what he's saying here doesn't make no sense. It's crazy. This man should not be on the ballot in the first place. You should not represent us, say you're a prime minister. You're suing your own self. You're suing the government. You want to stop out illicit enrichment out of the act.
You're suing all of us.
You're suing all of us, man. Look up in the road for say you are a Jamaican. Go to Jamaica. Go to Jamaican.
Mm-hmm.
It's our birthplace. You're going to go to prison. The thing I do make, you just set an example that this administrator going to go to prison. When you could have fight IR law, you guys are going to prison on that. If you make a little from, make a little bit from there and a little bit from here, still we have. Why you can't tell the Integrity Commission how you make your money? Why they can't certify you then? If you make it illegitimately, why you cannot explain how you get so much money? It's easy, you know, Anissa. If you say you make your money, honestly, then why you can't explain it, boss? Why you explain to the people? Why you can't explain it to the IC? Explain to the IC.
Same so.
From 1998, you've been moving around, boss. I'm gonna say this with no apology. If the Prime Minister is not taking taxpayers' money, I believe that the Prime Minister do something fishy then. He might do something illegal and he won't call the word.
My
If him don't take the money from the purse, I don't want to call the word, Anissa. You know where I'm going with this. It's one or two. Why you cannot declare your asset? Prime Minister, do the right thing, man. Walk away, man. This not look good. There's no way in the world this would ever happen. A Prime Minister under serious investigation for illicit enrichment and still be on the ballot. Still walking around, still making decisions on behalf of the Jamaican people. He's a criminal, man. He's a highway criminal. We're going to wreck the country. Garbage pile up. It's going to wreck the country. The country needs help. We need a reset. And you know what? I checked the voters list. I'm on it. I'm going down, man.
Definitely.
We need all the numbers.
The vote counts.
Yes. See the back of these guys and them are going to prison.
Time come.
He can go. Time come. He can talk when he want to talk and drop word and blah blah. Mark Bolin is certified every single year.
That is it.
You wasn't a liar, Mr. Prime Minister. You don't have no background. You're born in a 1 bedroom, there's a 2 bedroom, people in a chimney, 60 people in a class. Oh, you get so rich. It's one or two. It's either you take the purse. I don't want to call next to them later. Keep the fire burning.
All right. Blessings, my brother. Respect.
Blessings. Yeah.
Explain. Simple as that. Explain to the anti-corruption body. Big up yourself, make we talk. Velma Hall. Blessings. UB Comrade. Pauline Freighter. Big up to everybody that just joined in the live. Christine Gilbert. All moderators, all ABR members. Big up on yourself. That is what we want to know. Blessed morning, you're live. It's not calling time yet, but go ahead.
Morning, ABR.
Yeah, I'm giving you about 2 minutes. Go ahead.
Yeah, man, more than 2 minutes. Can you not pick up my voice?
Me pick up your voice, man, but you're live. But me I say me not finish my presentation and I call in time yet.
Oh, me not listening up. Me not listening, you know. Me not listening. That's why I'm calling.
All right, go ahead.
ABR. And to make matters worse, you know, this little devil, man, what them call Andrew Holness. Such a devil and demon and deceiving. You come and talk about why him don't show the receipt, saying him much his salary. Him claims him not take no money.
Yeah.
So show way. I mean, what's a lie, I tell? Because I'm the father of lying. I'm the father of lying. He come from the pit of hell. Him can't trick nobody and say you don't take no money. You don't take the salary increase. Show with the receipt. Show your payslip. Because you see, once that pass through the accountant or that sign off,
yeah,
him get the money. Him can't tell nobody.
Yeah, it's gonna be hard. It's gonna be hard for him alone to say him not take it. They would have to definitely do a refund.
We don't know what him do with the money, but him get the money going in him account. And look, you know, not only that, you know, the amount of money when thief from with Jamaican. So maybe that's why him tell himself say he not take the money, because the amount of money when thief.
My God.
Oh, the worst, this money, if Jamaican people ever give this a boy a chance, man. Yo, continue your program, yeah, girl. I'm going to what?
Bless up yourself, my brother. Respect.
Yeah.
The callers are calling in, saying you can't make no mistake with this general election. Vian Miller, big up yourself. Elsa Lane. Rumba Time News, big up yourself. Norman, thanks for coming on. If him not take no increase, Lorna Brooks, why you take and give the directorates then 200 and odd to almost 300% increase? So why you never heed the call from the opposition? Whether them did say it right after or they said it few days after, why never heed the call of rolling it back then? Because they have majority of members of parliament on their side, why they even opted or think to even take such a massive increase. Right? And if you did really and truly love the people of Jamaica, if you're saying that you're doing a restructuring of salaries and all of that, we expected everybody right across the board to have gotten some amount of increase. But 200 and other 300% increase for the directorate, brother? 300% increase? And then you're questioning us to ask us who truly cares for Jamaica? We don't want an eyeglass. We don't need no eyeglass. We don't want no binoculars. To see who truly care for Jamaica? Come on. We don't want an eyeglass to see that.
Increase enough. There are two big difference between the two parties, represent two party leaders themselves. Because yeah, Mark Bolin implement reform. Andrew Wone is trying to destroy constitution. What can we say? Tell me now. Yes, Jamaica, one create reform, one create, one destroy constitution. Like me tell Jamaica, look into it now. One create reform and implement reform. One try to destroy the constitution. Remember, you know, Mark Bolin and Andrew Wone got court 9 times and save the constitution 9 times. Like me tell. Alright. One help create, Mark Bolin help create the Integrity Commission. Andrew Wone is now 18, 19, strengthening the Integrity Commission. Don't it? Talk to a man. Mark Bolin help create. See like how the PMP then create Mocha. Mark Bolin help put the reform together we create Integrity Commission, right? Andrew Wone is now 18, 19, strengthen the Integrity Commission, don't it? Give more strength, right? Okay. You want the PMP them say they don't interfere. The Prime Minister go as far and warn the PMP them on the political platform say, don't interfere in the integrity investigation. Leave the organization. Let them do the investigation. Like the PMP did interfere in no investigation. PMP them never did interfere. No. Fast forward, the Integrity Commission certify Mark Bolin every year when they get certified. I know the Prime Minister can't get certified. Two different things that. I see the Prime Minister, I see the Mark Bolin inside the code of conduct. Andrew Wone is one member of the party don't Andrew Wone sign, don't sign it. Andrew Wone side, don't sign the code of conduct. I see Mark Bolin come out and defend the Integrity Commission, although in charge of 15 members. Mark Bolin come out and defend the Integrity Commission. When the investigation reach Andrew Wone's doorstep, in care the Integrity Commission go out. Now, Jamaica, only decide and tell me which one of them two men they have integrity. I want to tell you, I want to scratch the surface yet. We're not scratch the surface. We're not scratch the surface. We're not talk about the Ukraine. We're not talk about the lockdown. We're not touching the surface yet. And we have a different surface. See, we have 256 different reasons why we vote for Andrew Wone. 256 different reasons why we not vote for Andrew Wone. That's true.
A whole lot of reasons why we must not vote for Andrew Wone.
Within our first 100 days of government, we will start the legislative process to fix the date for general elections in Jamaica. So no government will be able to come and promises and hide the truth and tell you half truths and trick you into voting for them, and then when they win, they throw out poison for you.
100 days. The fixed election day, still away from the promise to fulfill. One broken promise after another. Laughable, as I said. None of your promise to fulfill it, boss. So they are we.
Within the first 100 days of our government, we will start the legislative process to institute impeachment proceedings in Parliament.
Where is the impeachment proceedings? We have a whole lot of reasons why we must not make any mistake, any at all, in allowing this man to continue as the leader of our country. Hear this.
I couldn't leave this stage without saying to you that corruption is not an issue that occupies the front of my mind. I couldn't leave here today and say to you that we still need to tighten up on the new anti-corruption systems and framework that is in place. In a sense, if you were to compare Jamaica to all the other countries in the Caribbean, our framework for anti-corruption would be the most advanced. It is not for want of putting in the legislative and institutional processes. They are there. But you have to bear in mind that we are also very new on the scale of dealing with anti-corruption issues. So there is a learning curve that we are going through. What is important is that the government supports the development of the institution so it can accelerate very quickly on that learning curve and provide the resources so that they can move very quickly on the learning curve, and that the government does not intervene or interfere. And that message goes to the opposition as well. Leave the anti-corruption and policing agencies to do their jobs.
When last on the hear him come out so strong in support of the Integrity Commission, when last on the hear him come out so strong against corruption, this was back in 2019, I believe. When last on the hear Andrew Oles come out so strong against corruption, he was the one warning even the People's National Party, who stands at all costs, stands at all times with the Integrity Commission, be it if it's a member from their side, outstanding declaration filing or outstanding some other documents that they didn't bring in at the time and they were fined. Right? When last on you hear him come out so strong? But I will continue after I get Miss Nikisha Burchell on this phone interview. I want to get this interview sorted out and wrapped up because I know that she's busy. She told me that she had a meeting today, some engagement, and so she still took the time to want to have done this interview with me. So I want all of my ABR families, viewers to, give Miss Burchell a warm welcome as soon as I get her on this phone. Still trying to get her.
Rano, you know hear the voice of Nikisha Burchell. Hear my righteous word, God. Hear my righteous word, God.
Blessed morning, Miss Burchell. Thank you so much for coming on board to the ABR News TV. This is Anissa Bell Rose. I really appreciate you taking the time out. And I have here my supporters watching, listening to you live on the program. My first interview, hopefully I don't get starstruck. Because first interview with People's National Party representatives. So I am truly honored. I'm truly blessed. I'm shaking. I'm shaking.
I am honored.
Oh my gosh. And I must say that you are one of my favorite person from the 22 women. You and Miss Donna Scott Motley. Oh my God.
Love her.
And I was honored to even, pose some questions to Miss Donna Scott Motley on the Make We Talk Jeffrey program. But let us get straight into it because I know that you told me that you had some other engagement.
Yes.
And I'm truly blessed. I just can't say it enough. Oh my God. But
as am I. Thank you so much for the opportunity and all the best and a pleasant morning to your listeners and viewers.
Thank you so much, and same to you. And so I just want to give a brief introduction before we get straight to the matter at hand.
Sure.
And so I have here ABR family viewers live with me right now. The People's National Party candidate for the South St. James constituency, the Deputy Gensec of the People's National Party opposition spokesperson on information and public communication. A true woman of the soil, straight from Garland St. James. She no run away from nowhere. She no hop from nowhere, come there. She's a true woman of the soil. A true queen indeed, a woman with so many titles. No other than a Nikisha Burchell. Welcome again to the program.
Thank you for that interview.
One of the 22 women who will represent the People's National Party going forward to this general election set for September 3rd, 2025. And so, my first question here, I want to just get a reaction from you as to, we see the Prime Minister currently, Andrew Holness, have been dodging around. You're muted.
No, I'm right here. I'm
okay.
For the question. Yes.
Yes. So we see the Prime Minister Andrew Holness have been dodging. We have been making calls. The People's National have been making calls for him to call this general election. And we seen our biggest, baddest Gensec, Dayton Campbell, basically called the election the day before they were set to have their rally in Halfway Tree. And we seen some form of political sabotage there, where he had basically done it to you when you were supposed to have some, taxi man, the whole taxi drive appreciation for the taxi operators and so forth. And they basically sabotage you from having that event. And we've seen them come again. It said that he even said that he didn't need a permit. And we know that the People's National Party had their permit to keep. But nonetheless, a true champion of the people, a Mark Jefferson Golding, who basically had no issue to put off the function until this Saturday coming. We know that they're going to roll out their manifesto this evening today. I want to get your reaction. What was your reaction when you learned of the date that our Gensec had basically called the day before? What is your reaction to the general election being set for September?
September 3.
Yeah.
Okay, so first of all, I was not surprised because, as you said, Andrew did not call the election. He simply announced it because it had long been called by the People's National Party. We hadn't made those dates public, but we had been timing our events to a September 3 general election and an August 18 nomination. What happened is that Andrew Holness, again, with cold feet, same way we saw him in the local government election, was too afraid to use the element of surprise against us. He had backed himself into a corner. And so he lost that opportunity to surprise the opposition and to surprise the country with the election date. He waited until the last second, and therefore there was no element of surprise. So no, I was not surprised. In fact, in South St. James, in a community called Catadupa, hundreds of comrades and I were there at a rally, waiting at a watch party for him to announce the dates that we had long called. So we were not surprised. What I told them before he called the election is that Andrew Holness will be announcing the election for the day before my birthday, which is September 4th.
Wow.
And they said, well, they're going to give me a birthday present that I will never forget. And I'm looking forward to getting a happy birthday this September 4, after a September 3 victory for the people of South St. James and for the People's National Party in Jamaica. So no, I'm not surprised.
Not at all. And I do hope that, I believe that you will get that birthday gift. The people are ready. The people have been ready and gearing to go. I have a little recording here that I want to play before I pose the next question. This is a small clipping of you speaking out at one of the People's National Party's campaign down there in Westmoreland. And we know that for women in general, in all different areas of profession, we know that women have to work sometimes 2 times as hard or 3 times or even more.
10 times.
Yes, or even 10 times. And we know that in a male-dominated area of politics, you know, women get a lot of fight too. And I just want to ask, before I even play it, what are some of the challenges as a woman in politics? So what made you choose politics, or did politics choose you?
To be honest, I've been working in political communication for going 16 years now, where I offer political communication support to political parties and political candidates across the region. So I worked on political campaigns in Grenada, in Guyana, in Bahamas, in St. Kitts, in Grenada for 3 elections.
Wow.
Dominica. The last one I did was in Angola. Anguilla, in February of this year, where I managed their communication and helped to get elected the first female premier in Anguilla.
Yes.
So I've always been in politics in my professional career, political communication, but in the background, working behind many men to see them to electoral success, and some women. I never countenanced that I would one day be doing that same kind of work for myself as a candidate, because representational politics was never attractive to me, because I've seen close up how difficult it can be for candidates. But let me tell you, working for candidates is a totally different ball game than working for yourself as a candidate in an election. And as a woman, the task is 10 times harder. When you go, for example, to try to raise funds for your campaign, and sometimes the donors, if they're males, you know, they may expect that there is some female favor that you should grant in order to get some support from them. You're also judged 10 times harder as a female. What that you're wearing, why you wear that, you shouldn't wear that, you should wear this. And especially some very patriarchal men and those who believe that they should govern how women should look and sound and behave on a campaign by some standard they've created. Then they create a bar for you that you can never surpass, because it's a bar that is not real, it's not grounded in reality, and it doesn't reflect who I am personally. Another difficulty we have, especially in a constituency like South St. James, which is vast and deep rural, is that it's really hard on a woman's body to campaign physically. You're out there day in, day out. You don't have access to a lot of bathrooms and areas you can relax and recuperate on the journey. most times I change in my truck, so I might leave a funeral in a black dress, go into my truck, and while we're driving to the next event, I'm changing into some jeans and something for the next event. You're expected to always look your best.
True.
Under these circumstances, and of course, a man can get away with having just one gray suit, one blue suit, one black suit, and he's fine. A woman is expected to always turn up and to always show out, and you must do it in 6 inches heels and go out there. So it is quite a different ball game for us. I'm using this opportunity to encourage our women generally in Jamaica to rally behind the female candidates.
True.
What we're doing is we're trying to break glass ceilings for us as a gender. What we're trying to show is that we're not this emotional being or these emotional beings they peg us to be, who can only take care of the children and clean the home, as I've heard some JLP people saying.
True.
We have so much more to offer. And more of us that go out there show them that we're not just women because we have women parts, but we also have that nurturing, emotional, understanding part of us that is lacking from a lot of the political and policy decisions that are taken. So women need to be at the decision-making table.
Definitely.
And if the women don't support us in getting there, then we won't get there. So I'm calling on all the women across Jamaica who make up about 51% of Jamaicans at home and abroad, rally behind the sisters. Help us to get there, because we're trying to break glass ceilings for us.
Definitely so. I'm about to play that small recording that you spoke out at the Westmoreland meeting.
Okay.
In this country, the Labourites treat the woman them bad. Women who have died in this country, and we still can't hear or see nothing about them. But our Prime Minister, he's on the TV every week to celebrate. But what he's not telling you is that we are seeing a sharp increase in rapes and kidnapping and murder of our women and our children. But I'm not going to tell you that. I want to tell you how it's wicked how we as women in this country. In this very parish, a man by the name of George Wright took a stool. Yeah, he took a stool and he used it to beat a woman. And everybody tell me about it. We see it for ourselves on camera. And what did this Jamaica Labour Party government do? Then put him on side a little bit, and then they quickly polish him up, make him married, and come back and say, you're good again. Come run again. You have our vote of approval to run. What is that message of silence? What is it saying to victims? What is it saying to victims in this country is if you are connected to Jamaica Labour Party, you can stand up in the head of nurses. You can beat your wife with stool and we will wash you off and take you back again.
My God. Another reason, ABR families and viewers, that we must reject a Jamaica Labour Party, that we cannot go forward with a Jamaica Labour Party, because what we're seeing here is they basically taking out, if they have a candidate or an MP that does something, they're just basically moving them for a little while to get it out of the minds of the people and then to bring them in back. We have seen them done it with a Dalrymple Philibert. We've seen them done it with a George Wright. What is the repercussion of a man beating a woman with a stool and then bringing back in our faces for us to support a man as such as that? What is your take?
Yeah, it is quite a disgrace, because no lesser a person than the current Minister of Health. The Minister of Health, has to preside over women who often come in because they are abused at home, or on the street by men, whether physically, sexually, or otherwise. And they usually look to a Ministry of Health through the hospitals and the counseling services to support them. But no lesser person than Christopher Tufton was on a platform saying,
endorsing him, yeah?
Endorsing George Wright and saying that what happens between a man and a woman in private is not, who is he to talk about it? So not their consent of this kind of behavior is not silent. They are overtly saying, George Wright, whatever you want to do, you couldn't kill her in private, maybe. Whatever you want to do what you must do in private, and I will not comment on it. In fact, when you come back, I will come to your conference, I will come there and I will endorse you as a decent person to represent the other men and women in the constituency that he's choosing to run again. This same Christopher Tufton is the director of the Jail Peace campaign this time around. So from the top of the Jamaica Labour Party hierarchy to the bottom, we see clearly that they are complicit. They aid and they abet the abuse of this woman, and they have no challenges with dealing with another man in this boys' club as long as they're one of theirs.
Wow. And so we know that you're going up against a such man. We're not going to call his name. I've seen them nickname him as 119.
Yes.
And I just want to say or to ask, what are some of the challenges or what are some of the deficiencies that under his watch or under his, being a member of parliament for South St. James, what are some of the challenges or some of the things that you see the people, voicing their concerns over?
Well, our concerns have been largely the same in South St. James for many years. We've always had an issue with roads and water. Those are our top issues. Because we are treated as deep rural, and so we don't get that kind of holistic water and road programs that would help us to move from this underdeveloped state when it comes to those resources. What happened is that Mr. Davis is 119 is no stranger to politics. He has been a representative in South St. James for nearly 20 years. I was in a meeting with him just this last week where he boasted that he was going to be facing his 9th election, and he said it with such pride.
My gosh.
Yet the people in the division he represented, which is the largest division in South St. James, still do not have the things he had committed. Bear in mind, his government has been in office for nearly 10 years. Come February, it will be 10 years of Jamaica Labour Party governance, right? Bear in mind as well that 14 out of the last 18 years, the Jamaica Labour Party has been in governance in this country.
Yes.
So for the rear view mirror kind of review that they give, and the explanation that they give as to why they're not delivering on the promises they've made is not worthy of the conversation, because they have had 14 out of the last 18 years to make that kind of impact, and they have not. Mr. 119, or one a day as the people call him in South St. James, came in blazing. He promised that within his first 100 days, he would bring water to the communities in South St. James. In a WhatsApp group for one of the communities that we both are in just yesterday, when a constituent was checking him on a commitment he made that January of this year he would have started work, tractors would be in the community to do work on the Malden Main Road. When the constituent asked about it, he said the man was being negative, and he didn't need to. It is impossible for him to do everything in one term. So why promise it then, right? So what we have in Mr. Davis is a representative who you only hear his name in Parliament when the register is being marked. This man doesn't speak up, he doesn't advocate, he doesn't have the fire for the people in South St. James, because the truth is he's from St. Mary. So he really and truly doesn't understand our issues in the kind of intimate way I do,
Yes.
being a daughter of the soil. My parents still live there. I still maintain and address there. And so for me, this is not just a political run. It is a run from a family, from a community, from my constituency, of my heritage. And I want to bring that kind of fire and passion. That the truth is, Mr. Davis in his best days didn't have that kind of passion, that kind of fight, that kind of gut. Much more now in his 20 years to bring that kind of pressure on a government to deliver on those things that the people in South St. James are demanding. And they can depend on their Nikisha, their homegirl, to deliver on those for them and to fight for it.
Indeed. We see them running around to, trying to paint a picture that the People's National Party has no plans. And they have heard it during the whole budget debate, plans after plans after plans. Plans there for small business owners, plans there for, self-employed people or public sector workers, the whole 9 yards. Plans are there for the disabled community. And as I stated, we know that the manifesto will be released today. And we know that individually, each candidate, People's National Party candidate, has their own manifesto. And so I did a little research too, and I see where you referenced that South St. James is called South Heart.
Yes.
And HEART is the acronym. And so you basically, put out some plans that you intend to bring forward or to implement once elected as the Member of Parliament for. So, and I want to read just a little bit from each area. So the H means heritage tourism. We are the home of the great Samuel Sharp. We are also the home of the Flagstaff Trelawney Town Maroons. And we have enough culture that can package it and sell it to the world and get the tourists into South St. James. We have heard cries from even the craft vendors. We see the People's National Party wanting to, invest in people by putting aside a $1 billion fund to get our people, the creativity aspect in order to partake of this $3 trillion that is out there in the creative industry. For the E in heart, it says education and training. For education, we know that the power of education is very important. And if it weren't for education, where would some of us be? We're seeing this current administration battling for the people's mind. We're not battling for anybody's mind. We battle for the truth. And we want the people to understand the truth. The A in heart says agriculture and economic development. The PNP is going to set up Agriculture Development Fund. They have been hearing it from the Gen Sec Dayton Campbell. The R in heart, roads and infrastructure. You spoke of the issues with roads, water. For the T, thriving communities. Right? So, what are some other plans that you have in place for South St. James? Being a daughter of the soil, you understand the ins and outs, you understand the people's cry. As you stated, 119 is not from there. And even though, he has been in representation politics, representing the people down there he can boast of going into his 9th general election, but what has he really accomplished? What has he really done for the people of South St. James? And so, what are some more plans that you have in place when elected? Because we're not going to say if, we are going with a positive mindset. So we know that Nikisha Burchell will be the next Member of Parliament for South St. James. What are some other plans that you have for our South St. James people?
Yes, thank you for going through our South Heart, our plan for our constituency, which I didn't come up with on my own. That came of consultation with the communities. I took the time to go around into the ends of the constituency. We have the largest constituency in St. James, generally, and I made sure I went there, heard them, hear what their vision is, what it is that they want to see, and encapsulated that into South Heart, so that we have something dynamic, something that even after I have left the political scene, someone else can build on. Because as a challenge I'm facing, where I have no clue what this current member of parliament has envisioned for the constituency. There's no place I can go and I can say this is what he's working on, this is what he's trying to achieve. Whenever they ask him anything about his plans, he simply starts to say, oh, he did this road and he did this water project, or he's trying to do this road or trying to do this water project. That is not the sum total of South St. James. There may be our priority and our pressing issues to get these basic amenities in, but South St. James has so much more. We are the home of Samuel Sharp, Daddy Sharp, who did not only help to get freedom for the people here in Jamaica, but it is because of the Christmas Revolution, I'm not going to call it a rebellion, that he started by lighting those cane fields, and which he was subsequently hung for, that propelled the English to end colonialism across the region and where they had persons still on the colonies. So Daddy Sharp has not gotten his due. We want to create a cultural heritage that pins Sam Sharp to his international achievements and to use that to attract tourists here into St. James. So in Croydon, there's a huge estate of over 500 odd acres that a young, enterprising, private developer has. It's the most beautiful, most picturesque space. And we want to help him to attract the kind of investments that he can get there. So many big businesses in America have asked to partner with him, but when they come and they see the road to get to the property, they're turned off. So we want to use the Tourism Enhancement Fund to improve these tourism products in South St. James. To improve these tourism products in St. James, such as what exists at Croydon, what we will develop in Maroon Town, Trelawney Town, Flagstaff, Brownstone, and using our train lines and our train heritage to have little tours, little experiences so people can see what South St. James culture is like. We're going to package that and sell it to the world.
Definitely, sounds good.
We have a lot of entrepreneurs in South St. James, but they don't have the kind of investment in their products that would help them to be successful at it. They have these hoops that they have to go through. So land tenure, which is something that I want to advocate for in South St. James. We want to ensure that we have access to the hundreds and thousands of acres of government land that exist in South St. James that our farmers need and our small business people need to establish themselves, so they can rely on me for that. And of course, people may look at it simple, but the T in heart, which is for thriving communities, is for our green spaces, it's for our social network, it's for the provision of spaces of leisure and social cohesion, because we're setting up South St. James as a place you can also retire in. It's because of our salubrious climate. You can come there, it's cool, it rains almost every day. You can come build your little cottage, retire in peace, low crime rate, and eat from the land and feel nourished by the community. We want to set up this kind of haven, and so through the PNP's housing plan, we're getting 500 housing units in South St. James, where those who are young people who are trying to start life can have somewhere decent to live, and those who are the returning residents can have somewhere that they can start, settle in, live, and help to develop South St. James. We want a holistic South St. James that serves the young, serves the old, and is the model for rural development in Jamaica.
Definitely so. Sounds very good. And other than being, we know that Nikisha Burchell is qualified. She has the years of experience. What is Nikisha Burchell, or who is a Nikisha Burchell outside of politics?
Oh my gosh, outside of politics, I'm quite a boring person. I'm a homebody, so if I'm not doing the political work or the social work that I do, I'm most times at home vegging out. So I'm the daughter of a pastor and a first lady, so I love to sing, and that's something that I do a lot of now on the campaign trail, at every funeral, every dead yard. I'm a part of the Gary band if needed to give some comfort to the family in times of grieving. Most of my siblings do not live here in Jamaica, so I do visit them where they live around the world when I get a free moment. I do not have children, so my whole world is how I can support the people of South St. James. So yes, quite a boring life, but I like it. I like it the way it is.
It sounds interesting to me because we know that politics can be hectic, especially being a woman in politics.
Yeah,
and so if you get time to unwind with the family, not a problem.
Yes.
And so I'm going to allow 2 questions from the comment section. Anybody wants to ask any question, I'm going to take 2 questions. So go ahead in the comment section. Let me see who wants to ask Miss Burchell a question. Not seeing any comments yet. Go ahead. Subscribers, drop 2 comments. Let me take some comments from you. I also have a woman of the soil in South St. James saying that I must heal up Nikisha Burchell.
Who is that?
That's Miss Monica. She says she loves you.
Monica.
She loves you and
Love
Danishka.
You more. Love you more.
All right, so I'm not seeing any questions right now. I guess they're coming in
that's a good
slow.
sign.
That means everything that you said
well
clear.
with your questions.
Yeah. All right. And so I just want to say, someone says when you're ready for the theater arts, they are here.
The theater arts.
Yes,
Oh my
yes.
gosh, thank you.
Yeah.
We have so much talent in South St. James. And yes, every opportunity I get to connect professionals to help us to boost the talent we have. In fact, I've been in dialogue with some engineers, studio engineers, and some popular entertainers who I'm going to be taking in South St. James in another couple of weeks to help our young DJs and, artists them get a bus. So that's something I'm working on in the quiet, and those who know. And you're gonna see much more of that in a couple coming weeks,
Okay.
in South St. James. So welcome, please come help us with the theater arts.
Definitely. You heard that, Garfield. And so I just want to take the time out to say thank you again. I know that you have other engagements. I really appreciate you for taking the time out to come on the program to speak with me, so that our supporters can hear, some of your plans as to South St. James. And I trust and believe and pray that you will be victorious. Please, Nikisha Burchell's birthday is September the 4th. Please go out, collect your voter's ID. Please to go and vote. We have to support our women. We are champion for women in politics. They have it harder than any other being. The men can do whatever, The women are, out there.
10 times harder.
Work 10 times harder. And so we hear the fire in Nikisha Burchell. As we say, we are blood and fire comrades. Right? They're having an issue with it. And we don't care what the Labourites say. We're marching on to victory. And so I say I support Nikisha Burchell. I support the People's National Party. I support the change for the country. We need better for all, not some. We see this current administration, they support just a handful. The prosperity that they profess that they would have given to all. There is no trickle down for the poorer class of people. It's just a handful that is reaping and benefiting from this so-called prosperity. The prosperity for all, we see that it was an illusion. So we say yes to the People's National Party, yes to Nikisha Burchell and the other 21 women representing the People's National Party. We say yes to a Mark Jefferson Golden, the man of integrity. I call him the integrity boss. a man that is certified year after year. We say no to Mr. Uncertified. We say no to a man that cannot be certified over so many years. Still going forward in our general election, being under probe for illicit enrichment. We reject the Jamaica Labour Party. Thanks again for coming on. Blessings. Have a wonderful day. I fully endorse you.
We need to have you on the platform, and you're very articulate, and you have lyrics for days. But I want to thank you for having me on, and thank you for choosing me to be your first interviewee on your program. I want to wish you the best as a woman in this space.
Yes.
Go out there, Queen, represent us as a unit well, and know that you have our 100% support in this fight that you are on to give the voice to the women and to the underserved in Jamaica. One love and a heart of love from all the people in South St. James.
Blessings to you, likewise.
Blessings. Okay, bye-bye.
Bye. So there you have it. We just finished our interview right there with the Queen of the South, a true representation of the people, Nikisha Burchell. And so I'm just going to go back here where we want to continue to mash down the lies and propaganda of this current administration. I'm just going to send over this. So we're seeing them coming out now. They're trying to basically spread misinformation, lies, propaganda on our true and dear Mr. KD Knight, the general himself, one sheriff in town. And they played, I heard the recording, but I didn't get it to play here. But they were playing a recording on the rally. And specifically, it was the Minister of Health, Chris Tufton, played out a recording which happens to be the voice of a KD Knight saying that Mark Jefferson Golding should not and whatnot. We know say them AI is rampant now in this day and age. And so I'm going to play the response from KD Knight as it pertains to that. And he's basically saying that the recording has been manipulated.
At their meeting on Sunday at 3:30, the Jamaica Labour Party, and in particular, Dr. Christopher Tufton, caused a recording to be played, purportedly, of me, KD Knight, speaking disparagingly of the leader of the People's National Party, Comrade Mark Golding. And I want to make it abundantly clear that it is a manipulated recording, that it is a lie, and that I have never, ever, neither publicly nor privately, ever made any comment that Mark Golding is unsuitable to be the Prime Minister of Jamaica. I have never said that, and would never and could never, because that is not my belief. My fervent belief is that he will make an excellent Prime Minister, one who is honest, one who is reliable, one who, when he makes a declaration to any public body as to his assets and liabilities, will be accurate. And there will be no room for him to be questioned as to how he came by that which he has declared.
My God. So their lies and their propaganda will not win this election. Bless up yourself, Jamaican Carlos TV, ABR family and viewers. Please to support the other social media warriors. No time for mixed signal. We are doubling down. We stand with the People's National Party. We stand for change. Big up yourself, Kev. Big up to everybody that's just joining the live. You heard it in that recording there from the general, the sheriff himself, KD Knight, saying that recording that which was played at the rally by Christopherton is not true. We seen them going up on their platform, each of them going up. You see all one video where one me a fan of the minister of foreign affairs. A fan her off like him and say, "Too lie man, come down." Some are saying the junk. Me not buy that. Tom junk, but Tom no fool. Tom junk, but Tom no fool. We cannot continue with these people who constantly comes to our faces, lies to us when we ask them for accountability. They say that we are bad mind. We cannot continue with a government that we cannot scrutinize. No man is perfect and no man will do everything perfect to the T. He is not a Jesus Christ who came and walked among us in the flesh. So therefore, none of us are without blemish. And so I don't understand why in this day and age, in 2025, that we have a set of leaders, that we have a set of representatives who are working for us. We are the employers, but yet still, when we are to scrutinize their work, we cannot scrutinize it without fear. We cannot scrutinize what can go so. We don't want no dictators. We don't want any liars. We are tired of the gag order government. Everything that we ask them about, they're spending our taxpaying dollars. Non-disclosure agreement here. Non-disclosure agreement there. Gag order here. Gag order there. Who are the other members of parliament who are under probe for illicit enrichment going to our general election? We need to know them before the date of the general election. Or else you know what to do. Well-thinking Jamaicans, you know what to do. We have to reject corruption. We care not who it may be. Corruption is taken away from all the sectors. Corruption is depriving our students from learning. No resources in the hospital. Lack of resources here, there, and everywhere. People cannot get surgeries both for themselves or their children. We have to take a stance. And I'm calling also on the public sector workers. You see what them are doing, no? You see what them are doing as a person who was in the public sector workers at one point before I left with no regrets. We have to stand for something else. We will fall for anything. We cannot continue with a government who does not put the people first. You see the whole heap of political sabotage and all of what they're doing. Trying to incite violence. When we say we want to end corruption, they want to incite violence. Keeping a meeting on the same day in close proximity to create mayhem in the country. Because we know that some of who or most of who supports them are very unruly. Them seek war here, there, and everywhere. When them not have nobody else to war with, then start to war with all themselves. Them all a shoot up all them one another self. What can go so? Well, the general has spoken. And if needs be, he will take it up in a lawsuit. We're tired of the lies. We're tired of the ism. We're tired of the schism. We need true representation of the people. We need people who have love for the people. I came across a video with even the House Speaker saying from 2020 them order chicken to give out. And in 5 years after, wanna come and try and win the people and with some little chick? 5 years after, it took 5 years for you to buy some little chick to come and give out? In the height of the pandemic, when the people did want the little help, did want the assistance from the government, money got mixed up. Oh, please. Oh, please. Tell that to somebody else. We're not buying that. People, you must reject them at the polls. They have no love for humanity. Self alone. They are self-absorbed. All about themselves. Them friends and their families. And when you are called or when you are chosen to lead, you have to lead with integrity. You have to lead and show the people them that you are a true leader. And what you are called to do, you do it so that the people can see the true leadership within you. Self-praise is no recommendation. Your work must speak for you. Your character must speak for you. Your actions must speak for you. Time come and time come now, Jennifer Gentles. Big up yourself. Catherine, big up yourself. Cooking with Elaine. Big up to all the ABR members. Please to come on board, join the membership. Only a small fee per month to be a member. May I talk right now, so till my throat is getting dry. But we have to put the message. We have to let the people, especially the younger generation, understand what a People's National Party administration have done for the country over the years. Is the People's National Party perfect? We are not saying that. We are not sticking with no evil either. After millions and billions and trillions unaccounted for wasted, or taxpaying dollars paying for empty buildings, or taxpaying dollars paying for equipments which are valueless, 100 times the prices of the actual price. Theft, robbery of our taxpaying dollars. And we must not say anything. We must not come out, run and talk up. We should be able to lend our voices. We must be able to speak up against the government when they are doing things that does not suit us who employ them. We will not be muzzled and we will not be silenced. And wherever we find lies being told, we are coming to debunk same. We have to keep talking about the old decommissioned school buses. That they have a price tag of 1.4 billion Jamaican dollars, wanting to come and tell us that the buses are new and that a 1.4 billion. 1.4 billion for what? After we are not fools. And every time we question, we born bad mind. We born bad mind, so them a chat. We born bad mind. We born this. We born that. We have burn up the all bus them. With the blood and fire. We have burn them up. Why couldn't they have gone to purchase new buses that wouldn't have any issues? Smaller buses. We've seen it done in Antigua. So that the children can be transported. If we really and truly did love, we pick them. Now here, woman, time come and time come now. We have to get rid of this uncaring government. We have to go to the polls and we have to make our mark for Mark Jefferson Golding. We have to make our mark for this general election to come. I am about to open the phone lines now. I've spoken enough. You have heard it from the Queen of the South, Nikisha Burchell. You heard the fire, the zeal inside of her, ready and gearing to represent the people of South St. James in the fashion and the style that they should have been represented over the years. And so I truly and fully endorsed all the women of the People's National Party, the 22 women going forward as candidate for the general election. Remember to come back to my live later on. We're going to show the live of the People's National Party releasing their manifesto today. And I've seen some persons saying that they shouldn't release manifesto. They have to release it now, because the general election dates are set. And so we want to continue to put the message out there. Plans after plans after plans. Policies after policies after policies. And for the little naysayers who will come and ask how will they fund it, from the same budget where the current government read from, that is where it will be funded. And enough of what this current administration is promising you all. There's no budget for it. They did not budget for it. All that the People's National Party have in their plans and their manifesto that they will roll out, they have budgeted for it. They will read it out from this very same budget that was called, this 1.26 trillion that was called. So the phone lines are now open. Let me pin the number here. So, the phone lines open 954-288-6467. WhatsApp call only. Maybe you want to say ABR family and viewers, please and thanks. Support the movement. Maybe you want to say, don't forget to leave a like on the live. Don't forget to continue to support the other videos by leaving a like. It is free. Me nah come cuss on for no money. Me nah cuss on for no things. Just a simple like on the videos and the live. It takes a whole lot. We have internet bills to pay. We have other stuff in order to bring the information to you. Many nights I've been going to my bed 2 and 3 and 4 o'clock just to do my research for bring the information to you. So the least you can do, support the movement for we. Blessed morning, my brother. You're live.
Good morning. Good morning.
Yes.
Tough than me to remember what him said about Anjo.
Say Anjo not like bright people. Talk up now, my brother.
Yeah, and that is not AI generated.
Exactly.
That's real. The man said Anjo is not fit to lead the party. And the man said Anjo is intimidated by having bright people around.
All right.
And you're so insecure that was even one of the reasons that motivated him to run and go cook up a doctorate degree now.
Yes.
Because of insecurity and him feeling intimidated by bright people and the likes of tough than others. You know?
Yeah.
And people have to understand, say, him steal that election too.
Mm-hmm.
And some will pass called double one in that election to overthrow Shine.
Yes.
Yeah.
So I've heard, yeah.
Chuck was not with him. Darrell Vaz was not with him. James Roberts was not with him. So a lot of them believe that he wasn't good either. So that's a non-point.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing I want to ask people, KD Knight have a daughter in reputational politics. Stacey Knight.
Yes.
Mark Bolin bust her into politics.
Mm-hmm.
Why would KD Knight this the man? That just don't make no sense.
All right, true.
if me boss your daughter into politics, into representational politics, me could have, as the leader of the party, no sanction her to come in, you know.
Mm-hmm.
So if me going to go ahead and boss your daughter to give her a grand platform to launch her political career, why would I do such a man?
Mm-hmm.
Just don't make any sense.
True.
And we still need to hunt for those illicit 9. They will be on our ballot, and the media silent. And that is where I'm having a problem.
Mm-hmm.
We still have illicit 9 out there, and they're gonna be on our ballots, and nobody not saying anything. The hypocritical media.
Yes. Bias media.
The biased media, them come out and talk all sort of nonsense and keep avoiding important issues like those. You cannot have the criminals on our ballot.
Mm-hmm.
And you see, Andrew talk about the disabled community. That was an afterthought.
Mm-hmm.
Just because my goal in, make good representation for the disabled community.
Him come out now.
All of a sudden,
yes.
And inject it somewhere in a film plan. And I can bet you the PNP manifesto that is launched, I can tell us the majority of it will just reword.
Mm-hmm.
I can tell you that majority of it is going to reword.
Yeah.
And if they take any idea from it, the PNP must make it be a court issue too, because you cannot copyright a man and plagiarize a man's work either.
Mm-hmm.
So PNP must be on the lookout for that.
True.
Yeah. All right, I'm going to give another call, sometime.
All right. Thank you for your input, my brother. Big up yourself.
All right.
Same so Lynette Jenkins. We must keep talking about the 24 dead babies at the Victoria Jubilee Hospital in less than a month. None of them no hear them babies there cry? Remember, Andrew, in that time when they scrutinized a Fenton Ferguson for 18 dead babies over multiple hospitals. And he said all the Prime Minister at the time, Portia Simpson Miller, needed to do was to fire the minister. Blessed morning, my brother. You live?
Morning, my sister. Morning, ABR family.
Yes.
I was listening earlier on to the caller, and I said to myself that the caller is so right, KD Knight.
True. Yeah, man. I agree.
None of us are fools. None of us are fools. And we know the KD Knight that we know would never ever say such a thing.
Mm-hmm.
And the thing is that nationwide was so out of order when Stacey Knight was being introduced in her constituency.
Yeah, as a candidate. Mm-hmm.
And they were saying that PNP was so desperate that they went for a man in retirement to make their thing come across. And it's the same nationwide, I heard, because I have to work around Labourites. So sometimes in your hearing, you'll hear them playing nationwide. And last night I was at work when they were interviewing Christopher Tufton, and he said the guy that was with Cliff Hughes said to Christopher Tufton, that was very brilliant of you to be playing KD Knight at that moment, because nobody has ever done that in the history of campaigning. Because I would like you to play back that clip. And no, you don't have to play, because I really don't really want to see or hear them, because I didn't even watch their thing, because it's not in me to watch them, because they're a bunch of liars. And as the caller previously said, they cannot be certified, and none of them signed the political code of conduct. And with those, they should not be on our ballots.
Amen.
They should not be on our ballots with those two things. And most of all, what I recognize with most of the PNP, I don't call you guys bloggers, I call you journalists on on YouTube and on other platforms, is that you highlighted the fact that the Prime Minister went around everything, gone back to 15 years of PNP, and is talking about FinSAC when they cannot release the FinSAC report.
Exactly.
It is so sad that we are hearing about FinSAC report, and the Labourite supporters are talking about a FinSAC report, and they are talking about a running tweet who came out to say it was the greatest transfer from transfer of wealth, but they cannot present the full report, and that's what we, the supporters of the People's National Party, would love to see.
Yeah. True.
Because if you show us a full report, then we can make our decision from there.
As well as the beneficiaries list. We want to see who benefited.
Exactly. So if you cannot show those things, then therefore you can't say anything to us. It is also where I have to speak a bit, going back to the old bosses. And I don't know how much of you in this family group knows that Daryl Vaz and Von Strally, the owner of the Golden Dragons that are now being bought to use at JUTC, were the first persons that started selling used vehicles. And those men more than know that if you buy, even, you don't have to buy new coasters, even a used coaster, 2013, 2014, 2015, 2016 coasters. Those coasters could serve these children, along with some IS buses, could serve these children, and a lot more money leave over. But they say this thing, 3/4 of that money don't spend. That's the first thing. It's about 400 to 450,000 spent of that money, right? And the money not spent in America either.
My God.
Because a lot of those buses, trust me, if you do deep search or deep dive, they were given to these men because those buses were given away. One of the reasons why I say that, if you go on Google right now, you'll see where the Americans, like the Canadians, are changing out the buses because they want to save the environment. So they're coming with some environmental friendly school buses.
True.
So they want to get buses out of the system.
True.
Right? Your sister, I know you're supposed to be in the Florida region, so you will know that they're trying to get rid of these buses out of the system to make their environment cleaner. Why then would we take junk, right? And not only that, when you take the 4-cylinder coasters, they have a thing in them that cleans, because if you notice, some of these coasters don't smoke any at all. They have a system in it that cleans all of that. So when it's let out, it come out clean. And Daryl Vaz know these things. But because him thief and him wife friend thief, and they all to go to prison, that's why they continue to rob the government purse like this. And Christopher Tufton have no credibility to go and talk about anybody not being qualified.
My God.
Because
see him so.
He should not be on any ballot. And I hope and trust that we, the people of Jamaica, sign the Magnitsky Act so that Will Rattigan and the others can have agents come along and lock up these men for their criminology and the crime that they have been doing and have done to the Jamaican people. I really hope that we do so, right? Because maybe when you read through the IC report, you will see that maybe Andrew Willis will be charged, and the money that he'll be charged is like 1.something million or a year in prison. That is not enough. That is not enough. We want this man spending life in a prison for the robbery that he does to Jamaican people. That's what we want. Not only him, but all the other 9 with him, right? And when you have people like George Wright and the others, right, that have committed heinous act against women, we want them in prison. We don't want them on our ballots, right?
Not at all.
We want these guys in prison. So I'll just, give another caller a chance. So you have a wonderful evening, or morning, should I say, and I'll go back and, continue listening to the program.
Same thing, my friend. Big up yourself. Thanks for your input. When you hear it from the caller right there, so. Too much skullduggery, as Partner Draw TV, Andre Stevens would say. Anybody else wants to chime in? Maybe you won't have to say. We cannot continue with a government as this. We must not continue with a government as this.
You know, father, come here, I have been people. You know, here, the voice of Nikisha
Give me one next one.
Out in the desert, we have PNP the ballad, Labourites, and the place are ready to die. PNP the ballad, Labourites, and the place are ready to die. Election day.
Give me the one about Jerry
Labourites, your throne gone down.
Rano.
You know here the voice of Nikisha Labourite, your throne gone home. Labourite, your throne gone home. You know here, father, come here, I have been.
Come in night, Fata. Hey, be our family and viewers. Anybody else wants to chime in and blaze the fire? I have to go and pick up my little daughter from school in the next hour or so. So, wanna make me your own say. Blessed morning, my family alive.
Blessed morning, my sister.
Blaze the fire, my brother.
Sorry, I hope Jamaica don't forget where Andrew Willis and him regime do to them, you know. So them nobody watch this pretty face where them come with it and come smile and I come this and I come that.
Tell them for me there, yeah.
That is something what this man do too, you know. And remember, he not start do nothing yet. He gonna need one more term. One more term. And that one term is for blood and start giving her that ID that we wanna care even hide from ourselves. We wanna care even name and drink without that ID. I'm telling you that from now. Remember, it's the same man say, and the poor people must spread COVID.
All right then.
Shop them. Remember, the same man say, when you can't come out of the house when him have tourists walk up and down in our own country. You understand?
True.
We can't come out with tourists walk up and down. Remember, the same man lock on the down and work more much bank book here at the same time when you get locked down and him and him friend them a party. You hear me say?
All
and
right.
give other people, okay, to keep party in our own country where we can't party, we lock down like a dog. Jamaica people, unless we forget. Remember the same man who charge people them for mass. We are nowhere else in the world. Nobody else never get charged for
How much
mass.
hundreds of thousands, my God.
Jamaica people, unless we forget. Remember the same man saying can turn it up and turn it down when him feel like. When him feel like people. Lest we forget all of the wickedness. Remember the same man say in the grudge nobody for them house. And whatever them have. But them go lit on the people them house. You hear me? Well, lit down the people them house and then over there I tell them that about them about the development. Who own the land now? People, lest we forget. Remember the same man who have the police them a kick out on the teeth and who can't talk. And on the taxi man and the motorists everywhere on the turn police step on one corner and give you a ticket. Remember the same man say, put in child seat for 12-year-old. Them have a plan. People, lest we forget the wickedness what this government had done to we. You hear that? People, remember the same man when they say, Andrew, your mouth smell.
He come find me, I went down hide and down the bed. And the same man we can't find anybody will call him name or will touch any police or any individual big in a society. You say them find the gunman them fast. But they can't find the gunman them who are killing little small people them up on the corner them and all them thing that Jamaica people look into it. Whenever time a police get touched or anything at all, when you look if the gunman are dead same time or get world same time or the here and there him car same time. True. What about the little people them out on the road? Eh? Jamaica people look into it. Look how much woman missing. Look how much picnic missing. Whenever hear none of the Labourite them come out and talk about any of those things. Eh? Remember the same hospital no go on and see nothing down there. No hear Christopher Tufton come tell lie about at the best hospital is. Eh? People, Jamaica people, we need to look into these things. These things when we see them come do, it's a preview. And we have next.
Can't stay there.
It's a preview. And we have next. Remember, no food, no plant in our country. We still have to import. Remember, nothing no dead. 10 years and nothing at all no dead. So if you give me the 4 years, where am I going to put in the pipe? What is there? What am I going to do? What can he do for the next term? What am I going to do for the last 9 years? People don't be fooled. These people are some wicked and killers. Killers people. Remember the same rule we go for them, not for we, the poor people. Poor people don't be fooled.
Two Jamaicans.
Don't be stupid.
My God.
Same rule we go for them, not go for we. Remember, say me and you, just tell a man get say in eye too red. We have to be careful what we are say, but them can do the on national TV and do any goddamn thing and no charges. No come out of it. Look into it, people. If police are lock up any one of them, when time it's visible on camera, so them do the crime. Look, it's two Jamaica we have people. Don't be fooled by these people. The whole of them are some evilous people, and then them remember, 10 people in the House of Parliament were under investigation, and we only know one.
True.
We only know one. So if at this we really want for food country unless we forget. Remember the same man will come out with NIDS, ID, and the court of a strike it out. Said unconstitutional.
Yes.
Look into the stealth people. Lest we forget. Look how much time them carry this the Labourite party and or somebody from the Labourite go to court and how much time them lose. 10 times. Them lose. Simply means that them break a whole heap.
All right then. Talk up, my brother.
Whole heap of law. Them themselves in the House of Parliament don't know the laws. In the book. Because them can't read. The law is there right in the book in front of the whole of them and them themselves don't know it. Them can't read. Because them they know enough of these things so them can't go court them that know them that lose. People don't be stupid and fool. These people don't go want some dunce people for lead because guess what? If you want to hide anything at all, you put it in a book and give to Jamaican people because we don't have time to sit down and read. That's the reason why I put him achievement in a book. Him can't tell you the achievement what them do, but them can put it in a book and I'll tell you so you forgot read it.
What about the man who can't read?
Don't be fooled, people. We're not stupid. We only that be fool and stupid for putting somebody in a power like this who abusing power. This man have been abusing power for years. Look, he might do so many wrongs in the House of Parliament and nobody can hold him accountable. Jamaica people look into it 4 more years from now underneath this regime. Look into it. The news even afraid to talk the truth underneath this regime. Look how much top man dead underneath this regime. Me never hear nobody get in a House of Parliament from me born get unalive. Underneath this regime, people who in a House of Parliament get unalive. People, stop the fool and stop the stupid. Are some dangerous people. These are not government. These are gangs. These are gangs. Them don't respect Jamaica. Because if them they respect Jamaica, them will rape her so. Them rape the country. Them rape the woman. Them rape Jamaica, yo. And then we not come talk about choose Jamaica. We have been choosing Jamaica from we born because they were born.
Tell them again.
There is nowhere else to choose.
See him, sir.
We can't born in Jamaica and choose America or choose Canada or nowhere. We're born as a Jamaican, and yet still, you are the one who has to choose Jamaica, but you tear up the people them raft. You lock down raft in a white with the raft of them. And you tell you if you choose Jamaica. You lock down Blue Lagoon and the beaches them, and you tell we if you choose Jamaica. You choose Jamaica? You and your oligarchs them choose Jamaica? No. You choose to mash up Jamaica and keep Jamaica people under feet. And I come with the Hitler style. Like what I say, that will country lead to dictatorship. We already in dictatorship. So 4 more years Jamaica people want to give you now. To come be fully a dictator with the police them behind you. Bro, you already scatter your roses, bro. Just come out and leave it now, because guess what? You cannot talk to the 9 person who won the investigation. You can't tell we are who them. You're not supposed to be on the ballot.
He can't, you know, but he refuse to tell we. Them not rate we. So they refuse to tell we.
Him cannot, Miss Bell, him cannot tell we. You know why him cannot tell we? Him at the head.
Cook and back wash. Hey.
Him at the cook and back wash, so him can't tell we. He is the one come up with the gag order. Because him under investigation from 2016 with the IC. He is the one who come up with this gag order and this bag of foolishness. He is the one who corrupt one whole heap of them going there with them and clean. Including the information minister, including Nigel Clark and one whole heap more. Going there with their hand clean. But guess what? Them hand have to become dirty. It's a must. Anybody who are going to work with this man, you have to become dirty because this man is dirty. Him no want nobody who have education, him no want nobody who have clean hand to work with him. That's the reason why they can take up a man off of the street who jerk chicken and put at the head of the school board.
My gosh.
So them I mean the country no good. That's the reason why they can't just take a man who just attack the boy. Yeah, I love Labourite and put in my head at anything. And links them I use run Jamaica and I hit a run down Jamaica. The mash up
and the
Jamaica.
people them were truly qualified can't get the work.
Yes, exactly.
Jaja.
Exactly. People who are qualified and for the work cannot get the work because you're not Labourite and you're not a link. Imagine you're going to take a man from under a bed who never go to school and put him ahead in front of people who got college go pay how much millions of dollars for their medication, brother. You must have run down something. And these people don't have no plan for the country. No plan. If they didn't have plan for the country, them would not run the country this way. Them are run some back-a-wall political thing them a deal with. Rape for themselves and leave other people hanging. Them not a plan for the country in Jamaica. I can tell you this. And then the final episode of we this with them. If we ever make this year party and win back again, the whole of we have got, you think I fence them or jump and go America and the rest I roll them on rowboat.
My God.
Tell a man that. We have to practice a rowboat go China. Because China take over Jamaica, so we have to just practice a rowboat go China.
My God. Big up yourself, my brother.
And the last witness, sister, you know it thing go. More blessings and go and burn the fire.
Oh, you mean, man? Thanks for your input. Big up. Respect.
Yes, I.
Blessed morning, my sis. You live?
Good morning.
Go ahead. Blaze the fire.
I'm just calling to thank you for bringing on one. Good morning. I'm just calling to thank you for bringing on one of my favorite comrades. There are a couple of them, but she, Danishka, and Dr. Campbell are 1, 2, 3. Okay?
Yeah.
So now I appreciate her for the things. I was writing a question. Instead of writing the question, I started calling. Then I realized you wouldn't be able to answer.
Yes.
Anyway, long story short, let me get to the point. Mr. Craven A, me go turn London 45, no, but we not call no name. Mr. Craven A, I think you went to school as a dunce child. And you got favors all the way to the top. Me see the video, you know, where you carry your bad man them, go beat beat out Audley Shaw to get the position of leader of the opposition at the time. So there's no doubt about it. And there's one thing more me want to tell you, Mr. Craven here, and you minions, then we are listening and come on the platform here to come write them crap. We're not afraid of you. And listen now, you probably think you're better than me because you think you can buy a couple PhDs because you not study for PhD and a go on so. You did not study for PhD and a go on so. And next time I'm going to warn you, when you go back on your platform, you're not Prime Minister no more because Parliament dissolves. Listen to me now.
Yeah.
Stop calling God name because you don't mean God. You mean the God where the boat where you walk on. You don't know God. If you knew God, you would have a heart of compassion for the Jamaican people. But you have a black heart, and all you see is me. You're only looking out for your doggone self. And the man just said, the people who you have around you, them dunce and then dumb, because if they had any credibility, none of them would have resigned long time and said, no, me can't stay in this party with this man here, with all that me hear. But listen, if they read the same, if they read the same report that Mr. Beresford read, the same report that I read a little bit of, the affidavit, I saw one page of the affidavit Saturday afternoon, and I need nothing else to convince me that you are a wicked, despicable person who shoot your way up to the top of the scheme. But guess what? Same like how you go up, I saw you go fall down the 3rd of September. You wicked, and God have mercy upon you, because I don't wish bad for anybody, but God have mercy upon you if you don't willing to change. All the candle them want to have a burn in a half a tree Sunday night, burn them, because the blood of Jesus is against uno. The whole of uno. See how I walk and I stumble and I walk and run and buy vote. Me know so now buy for people talk. People talk how much money they get and want to give them. And your wife come out and short chicken. When you think we fool, listen, every year. Jamaica does not belong to you, nor Christopherton, nor the rest of you. Christopherton, you are the next one we're going to take on, but I'm not ready for you yet. Hello, please. This man, get up. Fight your way to the top. You carry your bad man, then you push out Audley Shaw. You get to the top of the spire, and instead of looking down and helping poor Jamaican people, when I look and see some of my brothers and sisters in the country with all rotten teeth, did you ever think about that, Christopherton? And you hold, oh God, when me call your name for Craven here? You ever look on the people in their mouth and see some of the money want to have hide overseas when we could have taken and give to a dentist and calling the people them to fix their dentures or fix their teeth, fix up their mouth in a modern era? There's a little
They did a few I think must last year. And all that them write all in our book.
There is a place in Costa Rica where some people, some Jamaicans years ago building a railway over there. And those people now are people who are descendants of the people who went to Costa Rica to build the railroad. They never got back home. And if you look at them, you will feel shame. Costa Rica is a little country. I don't think they have as much as what Jamaica has. And let me tell you something. If you see those people talk when they open their mouth and you look in there, there's not a rotten teeth. All of them have veneers on them teeth, the prettiest teeth you can see. And those are people of Jamaican descent. Descendants of Jamaicans, and the way Costa Rica treat them, and the people that were in Jamaica, all you do is confuse them to run the professionals so that then go abroad to send back money for distress the people them where they have to send one $20, want $200 go get, and wanna see one get it back, and when you get it, wanna thief it out of the tax money and put it in a offshore shell bank, shell companies. But God is watching from above. And you see that same song where them call the Blood and Fire song, I hit a confuse you. You chat pure rubbish Sunday night. I didn't want to hear you, but me see little snippets yesterday. Me don't want to listen to you because guess what? Me realize say you are fully done for a long time because somebody from you with you say you were so damn backward and you fully done now and you're showing it. Having your damn pantomime on stage as if anybody care about you. Me see a little bit of your performance Sunday evening. It's unbecoming of a person who wants to be a leader of a country. I want to come for me now. Come take me down. It is unbecoming. And my last word to all the people who call themselves Christian. You don't see where going in our country. On a brock stick put in on the ears and I calling people which God wanna serve. Eh? Tell me which God wanna serve. I have somebody like this ruling in the country. Wanna go and read Mr. Beresford affidavit. There is more to come. Wanna go sit down and get a copy of it and read it. I wanna see who he truly is. Mr. Beresford don't have no chicken in the fight. He don't have no chicken in the game. So he has no reason to tell no lie pan nobody. None of we don't have no reason to tell no lie pan. So uno go read it and see who no walk around and a crown Lord of all. Gotta go burn uno stop it. Uno stop it and call right and wrong. Uno wicked set of people uno. And God forbid if me calling Christians wicked, but uno wicked fear. Put this man on pedestal and enable him. We're not too wicked and cruel. We're not go sit down. Go back, go repent. We no need to go repent. We're not too carnal minded. I heal my case right now. I'm mad.
All right, Mrs. Blessings. Big up. Anytime my sis come on the program, when they just know, say them are going to get burned, you know. Them are going to get burned. So ABR family and viewers, I'm about to jump off, but you know, say I can't go without taking a call from Miss Winnie. Blessed day, Miss Winnie, live.
Good morning, dear. I just come back from outside, so I didn't realize you were still doing it live, you know?
Okay, go ahead.
Now, that thing, make his mother gone on stage with him.
Yeah.
So she a poll of everything he's doing. I think everyone, even the government, even the international government should look about her bank account as well. So if she gone on stage to and down, she's getting some of the money then too.
Mighty God.
Because I wouldn't go out with a son like that, thieving charity money and money that you never. Where you get that money from? Let us know. Your son is a thief, Miss Olis. Your son is a thief, and you indulge him. Because you gone on the stage with it. I wouldn't be seen dead with a son like that. Shame me. Later on in life, everybody gonna know that you and your son was a thief. Mighty God, can you imagine? Look at the millions, the trillions that missing. Where is it? Is Ross, you hearing me?
Yeah, man, I'm hearing you. Go ahead.
Yeah, so all I can say that I hope the people wake up and God help them if they let this man win again. Because Ian Warmington and they're hiding it. And a lot of people from they look at a 16-year-old. Poor thing, I don't even think she can spell her name right. She get money to go and get hairdo. A lot of the people in there, he knows or not, for him, they were paid to come to make up the crowd.
Yeah, they're trying to win over the young people, them.
But they can't because the young people, parents, at 16, they can't go and get the money. But school, is it mommy and daddy got to get it? So they bring them there to make the crowd. You know, listen, someone I know get 5,000. She get it when she go to the bus with a green shirt. And halfway through, about 6 of them leave and gone.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah? Well, I won't put them in problem because I know them personally. Went and get $5,000 in a green shirt.
Mm-hmm. My gosh.
So I don't know what they do, but only see all that money they give is money that they steal so they can give it for election.
Yeah.
Look at the path money, or the path, what do you call it?
Path, yeah.
They take about 4,100.
Mm-hmm.
It's for the election. And you've got to see prison and everything he and his wife shop, every one of them have, because baby killer, he gone now on trouble Katie night. They can make up things on tape. That's why it's good not to do certain talk, because these people are up Katie night take everything he's got.
Mm-hmm.
How dare he, baby killer? How dare you? You're looking for somebody to put in on a nasty 25 baby died in 1 month and 5 last week or the week before. It's over 200 baby die under your care.
Mm-hmm.
You're a mass murderer. The money you should have used for the hospital, or to keep it for yourself to build up your hospital and your morgue.
My gosh.
Go away. You no good, you no nasty. God help you, Jamaican, if they let you win. I don't have to go back to Jamaica. I don't even want to go there now with Andrew. Because the young people ain't going to thief, and then they're going to send the police to kill them.
Mighty God.
Young people, please. Andrew, when the first election he won, later on, some months later, they find a lot of boxes in Gully.
Mm-hmm.
The lady said they went and they write till their finger numb to put in boxes. And you will do it again. Look at him face. Don't he look like Masham? We call it, you know, when Aki mash up and look bad. And your face look like Mashaki. Don't his face look like Mashaki?
Oh God.
Mighty God. Man, him wickedness making him look ugly. I hear you, yeah? Bye.
All right, blessings, Miss Winnie. Miss Winnie is Miss Winnie said, he's a damn thief. Mighty God. Maybe our family. Anytime Miss Winnie call, I can't contain myself. Mighty God. But I've come to the ending of the program. There's a whole lot more to be said, but as I said, I have to go and pick up my little daughter sooner than later, and so I can't stay on the live for too long. Big up yourself, Sonia Newman Smith. Happy belated birthday. Andrew Mac, bless up yourself. Big up to all the ABR members. Member Charm B, one love. Please to support the channel. If you don't want to donate, remember me now come cussing if you no money. You can bless up the Zelle if you want, bless up the super chat, super thanks. Or if you want to support the channel, just support the membership now. Come on board, be a member of the channel. Joy Barnes, another member. Big up to Angela Ivan Wallace. All the other members of the ABR channel. Only a small fee per month to be a member, you know. Only a small fee. Nathaniel Brown, big up to all the moderators, everybody that makes it possible. Thanks for 29,000 subscribers and counting. We're heading towards 50,000. Thanks for the continued support, Vilma Hall, Rumba Time News. Remember to go and support the other social media warriors. One done, one major daps. Big up yourself. We now left out the true rastas. Time come and time come now. Time come and time come now. Can't find the music to close out the program. But thanks again, everyone. I drop a little bit of this and then we jump off of the live. Please to leave a like. Wilbert, Cameron, big up yourself. Ivan Wallace, big up yourself.
Run up.
Patricia Hutchings, my sis, big up yourself. Leave a like before you jump off of the live. Thanks for the continued support. Thanks for coming on. A big thanks to the Queen of the South again, Nikisha Burchell. Please to support the women in politics, especially the women of the People's National Party. Beauty and brains. We want people who make sense to represent us. We want people who have sense to represent us.
You know here the voice of Nikisha Burchell. Yeah, my right your throne, God, oh. Hey, hey, yeah, my right your throne, God, oh. Hey, you know here, Father, come here, that you have paid people.
Come in, Fata. Where Fata deal with?
Rano.
You know here the voice of Nikisha Burchell. Yeah, my right your throne, God, oh. Hey, yeah, my right your throne, God, oh. Hey, you know here, Father, come here, that you have paid people. You know here the voice of Nikisha Burchell.
Labourite, your throne gone down. I'm pinning the link for the membership, so anybody who wants to join the membership. I don't know how you're not getting on the membership, Cooking with Elaine, but the link is right there for anybody who wants to support the membership. Colette Crooks, Myrna Thomas, big up yourself. And I'm glad that you mentioned this, Colette. So the last point that I want to make here, so we have to watch them because I don't know if there's any time left for them to remove all of these offices, especially the EOJ and the ECJ, from out of the office of the Prime Minister. So we want the foot soldiers them to be out there and watching them with the transportation of these ballot boxes, and please to check that these ballot boxes are empty on the day of the general election. For all those in the diaspora who can make it to Jamaica, want to go down and support, vote, the votes count. We now watch say them a try if it tear down the whole heap of PNP paraphernalias and all of the posters and tearing down clots, and those things don't vote, even though it promotes the candidate. Nevertheless, them left them, yes, but we see the dirty style and nasty politics where them a come with. But at the end of the day, we are say are the people in votes count. You know that, so please go for no ID and go out and vote early. You know the PNP supporters do it. You know say a early voting settings. Go out and vote. Make on a mark. Make on a voice be heard. You know go speak through the fingers. Make on the fingers do the talking. Stay tuned for more videos. Stay tuned for more updates. Thanks for staying on, supporting the ABR movement. We're on the road to 50,000 subscribers. So like up the videos them, like up the live them, share them out. Make we continue to grow the platform. Support the thing. Antonio Whitaker, Alreen Foster, big up yourself, my sis. Big up on yourself. Stay tuned. I'm heading out. I have to run on the road shortly. So, one love. Big up on yourself. The word is love. As the Rasta man say, one major daps. The orange is ripe, so we are going to juice it. We say Integrity Boss. We say Mark Golin. We say the 22 women of the People's National Party. We say true representation of the people. Big up to all the other social media warriors, from the Mystic Sensation, the Politics Corner TV, One Renegade Lonesome himself, Jamaican Carlos, Global, Partnerjar TV, Hot of the Press Talking Man, the whole massive. Bolo, we have big up everybody. Rumba Time News, Splash DJ, big up yourself, my brother. A whole heap of names to call. Some of us are big up everybody collectively. Big up on yourself.